Hello and welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap. I'm your host, the multiple award-winning author Matt D. Talford, author of a couple of amazing and award-winning books that I will tell you about at the end of this video. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is how to understanding how the energy of the full moon and even the new moon affects us, okay? I'm going to be sharing with you a recent experience I had with this past new moon cycle. We're coming out of it now. Today is Tuesday, October the 11th, and we had a new moon cycle that began, a full moon cycle that began on Sunday the 9th and, kind of extended into Monday the 10th a little bit. But I had a major revelation, and I'm sharing this with you guys so that you can be empowered. When you know yourself, it just makes you move through this life a lot easier. Now, to understand how the moon cycles, and particularly speaking, today's about the full moon, but how the full moon and the new moon affect us, you have to know your birth chart. You got to know your birth chart. So I will put a birth chart calculator or a link to a birth chart calculator in the description box below. Now, it is highly important that you know what time you were born. Of course, everybody knows what date they were born. Most people can tell you what city they were born in, but the time that you were born is of utmost importance in your understanding how the moon cycles affect you. Now, let me share this experience with you, and hopefully in sharing this experience, some of you guys will be able to understand how to harness the energy of these different moon cycles and how to use them to your benefit and not detrimental. Because some people get emotional during moon cycles. I won't talk about my own experiences with those, but again, a lot of it has to do with knowledge of self, knowledge of your own birth chart, who you are, how you're made up, okay? And why is that important, Matt? Well, because when you know that the moon and the sun move through different zodiac constellations or astrological constellations, you understand that each of us, when you have that, when you see your birth chart, you'll see that each of us is made up of a portion of each of those star constellations, okay? That's why you hear some people say we're all made of stardust. Stop looking at color, nationality, creed, race, gender, all of that stuff. We all are made up of stardust, and we all are 3 parts masculine, 3 parts feminine energy. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You have 3 parts masculine, 3 parts feminine. I've talked about this ad nauseum in a bunch of my videos. So now, my experience. We have just left a full moon cycle in Aries. So, what does that mean, Matt? How did that affect you? First off, I got to tell you the effect was, it started out a little rough, but then as I started to look at some other areas of my life that were affected by it, a light bulb came on. I had a light bulb moment. I said, wait a minute, this is a full moon in Aries. So what does that mean for me? Obviously, I'm not an Aries zodiac sign. I'm a Capricorn sun, Cancer moon, Libra rising. Again, you can know this stuff by knowing your birth chart, especially knowing the time. But that's not what's as important when you're talking about the moon cycles. What is really important is understanding the houses. What are the houses? The houses are houses 1 through 12, and each house has a different area of life that it rules. Okay, so with this, when you know what cycle the moon, when you know what constellation the full moon and the new moon are in, then all you simply need to do is map that to your birth chart and figure out, okay, for example, we just left a full moon in Aries, okay, so that is, what you then do is you go and look at where you have Aries in your houses. And then you look up, okay, well, this is, for example, myself, I have Aries in houses 6 and house 7. And those were the areas that were affected positively by the energy of this full moon. Now, so let me bring this up because I feel like I'm a little bit, or let me round this up because I feel like I'm getting a little scattered with this. I'm doing this outside in nature, as you can see. I don't have my notes in front of me. Now, the things you need to do. Number 1, look at your birth chart and, well, first off, find out what constellation that full moon and that new moon are going to be in. Or even before you do that, understand the difference between new moon energy and full moon energy, okay? The new moon is about fresh starts. It's about fresh energy. It's about newness. That's why it's called the new moon. So it's new moons are opportunities to begin things fresh and anew. The full moon is the height of it is the climax of the moon cycle, okay? And the full moon is about completion, it's about fullness, it is about high energy, okay? Now, when you understand the differences between the new moon and the full moon, then you can go and look at what those moon phases are or what those moon cycles are for the year and figure out, okay, what constellation is that moon cycle gonna be in? What's that new moon gonna be in? What's that full moon gonna be in? Once you understand what constellation it's in, then you go and look at your birth chart and see what houses you have those constellations in, okay? Because once you know what houses those constellations are in, then you simply need to know what areas of life are affected or ruled by those houses. Now, I'll use myself for example. I have Aries in houses 6 and house 7. What is house 6? House 6 is the ruler of house 6 is Virgo. You know what Virgo energy is about. Virgo is about order. Virgo is about establishing routines. It is about your health, things like that. So, and then your house 7 is ruled by Libra, okay? And house 7 is also the ruler of relationships, okay? Primarily relationships. It could be interpersonal relationships, it could be partnerships, it could be siblings, it could be romantic, it could be workplace, whatever. The 7th house is the ruler of relationships. So now that you understand that, you got to figure out, okay, what sign is that full moon in? In this case, it was in Aries. Go look up Aries energy. Find out what Aries energy is about. Aries energy is that warrior energy. It's about taking charge. Aries is a cardinal fire sign. We know the fire. We know what that fire energy is about. So you know people who are Aries or Sagittarius or Leo. You know what those personalities are like. So you go and look up Aries. What is Aries like? Aries is about stepping up and taking charge. It's about grabbing the bull by the horns. It's about getting things done. It's about action, okay? So what I found out is what I did, and this is looking back in retrospect now, I started a new house 6. I have Aries in the 6th house. I started a new fitness routine. I cleaned up my workout area, cleaned out my gym, and definitely started a new upper body routine, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm doing it every day. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm doing it every day. Dips, push-ups, pull-ups. I'm knocking those out. And then I'm even doing squats, and I got a dumbbell workout I've been doing all year anyway. But just to sit down and bring order to this stuff was just fascinating, and now I'm loving it. Now, I did not even realize how that full moon affected that. But it's like that full moon kind of triggered that. It lit the match. So guys, pay attention, because you know, this is something that you can do on a monthly basis. We have a new moon and a full moon on a monthly basis. And if you understand your birth chart, you can look at the areas that are affected and harness that energy. It's all about harnessing the energy. The new moon has an energy of freshness. The full moon has an energy of completion and action. So it's just beautiful once you start to understand yourself. But now, seventh house, relationships. Let me tell you something. I had a shakeup in the relationships in my life, just bringing order to those and just examining myself and saying, Matt, you know, it was that Aries energy. I just discovered that, you know, I've had challenges with being a little bit passive in certain areas or with certain people in my family, and a lot of that is affected by my moon. I'm a Cancer moon, so Cancer moon. You guys look that up. I'm not doing an astrology lesson here. But, you know, Cancer moons can tend to be, that can be about tenderness, you know, and showing love and taking care of people. Well, sometimes that can lead to passiveness. So the opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. Capricorn is about getting it done. You know, that's my sun sign. So I got that constant push-pull in my life. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to wrap this video up. I just wanted to share how understanding your birth chart, understanding the energy of the full moon and the new moons, and understanding how what areas of life those are ruled by, or what areas of life are governed by those particular houses, and then knowing what you have in those houses can help you in your life. Now, so you guys, again, check out that birth chart calculator. It is imperative that you know what time you were born. If you don't know what time you were born, you're not going to know what your house placements are. So the house placements, there are 12 houses in Zodiac, and they change every 2 hours, 24-hour day. So if you don't know what time you were born, you can't possibly know your house placement. So Hopefully this video helps somebody. Again, we got a new moon coming up on October the 25th, and I also believe that is a solar eclipse too. I'm not sure where in the world that eclipse is going to take place, but eclipses bring their own type of energy. So new moon energy is about fresh starts, freshness. And this is a new moon in Scorpio. This is a new moon in Scorpio on the 25th. So look at your birth chart, figure out which house you have Scorpio in, understand what Scorpio energy is, okay? And then understand what Scorpio rules. Scorpio, just real quick, it rules, I'll keep it clean because some of y'all know what Scorpio energy rules, but I'll leave that one out and tell you that Scorpio energy also is the master of fresh death and rebirth, regeneration, new starts, fresh cycles. That is Scorpio energy. So if you got a new moon, now, because Scorpio energy is about rebirth and the new moon is about rebirth, you're going to get an amplification of the area of your life that you have, whatever house Scorpio is in, and whatever area that life, whatever area of your life that covers. So, for example, if you've got Scorpio in the second house, let's say you got Scorpio in the second house, we know that Scorpio is the ruler of regeneration, okay? We know that new moons are about fresh starts. We know that the second house is about material possessions, wealth, material gains. So, any of you out there that have Scorpio in the second house, you can look for some fresh new energy coming in the area of finance with this upcoming new moon in Scorpio on the 25th of October. So these are things that are important. Once you begin to know yourself, you hear that all the time, know thyself. Once you begin to know yourself, it just helps you move through life so much easier, so much easier. So guys, that's all I got today. If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button for me and turn on the notification bell, slide the notification bell up to all so that you will be notified when you get, when I upload a new video. Sorry guys, I haven't had breakfast and it's lunchtime, it's past lunchtime, so I'm about to go up here and grub in just a minute as soon as I'm done with this video. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it, talk about it. But we all can benefit. I've often said in a number of my videos, if astrology were a prerequisite in high school, we all would get along in the world better. We would move better. We wouldn't go through some of the pitfalls and the bumps that we go through with family, relationships, and career. We wouldn't, and self, because a lot of this is about ourselves and, you know, meditating and going within and knowing who we are, knowing who we were, knowing who we are to become. So, yeah, astrology, in my opinion, should be a prerequisite to graduate high school. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm not in charge of anything, so, you know, all I can do is give you my opinion. But guys, listen, I'm an award-winning author. I told you guys that. 2 books, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, a story which will illustrate to you in very vivid detail how having the proper mindset can help you to achieve the impossible. It's only impossible if you deem it so in your mind. But when you take something that somebody else says is impossible or can't be done or should be done a certain way, but you believe in yourself and you see something better for yourself, you can make anything happen, okay? That's From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story. You can, the right mindset can help you to achieve the impossible. It can also help you to overcome the seemingly, or what seems to be the worst of circumstances. So, mindset is everything. And then the second award-winning book is Stuck in an Elevator. It is a fictitious tale of passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline. It allows you to be a fly on the wall and observe and listen as 2 polar opposites get to know each other in that elevator that's not functioning. All right, check that out. You can get both of those books in paperback at my website, www.talfordarts.com. You can also get them in Amazon Kindle and Apple iBooks. And you can also get From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story on audiobook, narrated by yours truly. Last but not least, for any of you out there that play tennis, you got to check out Captain's Mate. I don't talk about that book a lot because it's pretty much, not everybody plays tennis, but if you are a tennis player, you will benefit greatly from reading or owning a copy of Captain's Mate. It is something that you can have on your bookshelf. It is also something that you can have in your tennis bag because it is not only narrative, but it is chock full of drills that you can take with you on the tennis court to improve your game. Now, last but not least, I'll end this video like I do with them all. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is an action word, okay? Love is a verb. If you take care of the verb, the noun takes care of itself. Love is a verb and a noun, but if you do the verb portion, the noun always takes care of itself. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being subscribers. Thank you for watching. If you're new, thank you for stopping on this video. Hopefully you got something from it. And if you're a returning subscriber, again, you guys have helped me to achieve some amazing goals. I never even saw myself, I shouldn't say that. No, let me back that up. I didn't see myself getting to 1,000 so quickly, all right? I know that I don't necessarily have the content that everybody looks for on YouTube, like cooking videos, clothing videos, fashion, all of that stuff, you know, gaming and all of that. My stuff tends to be a little bit more cerebral, and sometimes those channels take a while to grow, but you guys have helped me to get to 1,000 subscribers in a short amount of time, and I really thank you and appreciate and value you guys. So thank you again, and you guys have a blessed day. Peace.